Hey everybody, Bill Shaka here. Welcome to the 5-Minute Motivator. I am still going to be speaking about public speaking, and if you saw my last episode, you'll know that these are kind of live recordings that I'm making here using my cell phone, so there could be live glitches. There's no second take. This is what it is. Last time I spoke about how to have a meaningful connection with your audience. And in that, we talked about viewing your audience as a collective and then furthering that by saying not to be as nervous in front of your audience, because nervousness causes our behavior to change somewhat. Well, what I'd like to do now is to focus a little bit more on that notion of nervousness. Here is what I have found over the years that causes individuals to be nervous. When you are in front of a group ready to make a talk, what are you focusing on? I guarantee you, if you are nervous, you are focusing on yourself. You are asking yourself, at least mentally, what happens if I make a mistake? What happens if I verbally stumble? What happens if I touch myself inappropriately? What happens if a snot bubble comes out of my left nostril? All of the things about you. Ladies and gentlemen, how can you ever think about transferring information in a positive, proactive, meaningful way when your thoughts are on you? There's no projection. So what do? Well, you need to focus on your audience. You need to focus on your audience. And what that means is that you forget about yourself. I have to tell you, in terms of becoming a better public speaker, that is probably one of the absolute most important things you can do. When you are up on that stage, there is nobody, no one, nothing that you should be focusing on except those people in front of you. They are there because you had something of value to say to them, and they're there to listen to you. Well, if that's the case, then make sure that you are giving them the absolute respect that they deserve, and that is that you are focusing on them. The applause at the end means nothing. This isn't about you. It's about them. What you are doing is transferring your knowledge to them, and they want to hear it. Now, this is something that may not be natural to you, but it's something that is relatively practicable. That means that you can practice your way out of nervousness by concentrating on the audience. More importantly, concentrating on the message to the audience. The more that you can do that, the more that you can practice that, the easier it's going to be for you to actually do that in the future. Now, here's what that means, though. There's kind of a corollary to that. That means that, well, you need to give more talks. You need to be in front of audiences as much as you possibly can. You need to practice. You need to do whatever you can to make sure that individuals are listening to you. That's what public speaking's all about. So as you continue that practice, and as you continue to focus on the audience and the message and the intent, and not necessarily you, what you will find is that it gets easier and easier to give the talks. And you know what? Every so often, you're going to stumble. Every so often, you're going to have an itch underneath your chin and you're going to scratch it. Every so often, you're going to say something that, well, you kind of wish your mouth had a backspace key. It's going to happen. But it's okay. You move on and you keep going. Some people are going to love you. Some people are going to hate you. A lot of people are going to be in the middle. That's what we're going to be talking about in the next episode. Well, we're at 5 minutes. This is the 5-Minute Motivator. This is Bill Shaka saying thank you for your time. I look forward to seeing you in another episode.